Okay, now in this video, let's try to implement try with finally, or try with resources basically. So what I will do is I will just remove everything else. Of course, we'll do this once again. We'll try to use BufferedReader because we love it, right? Okay, we are not throwing an exception as of now. We are not writing any code for that. Let me remove that as well. And here, what I'm going to do is, let's try to understand try. Now, if we talk about try, of course, in this try, you can do whatever you want. Normally, we put the critical statements, right? And then if there's a critical statement, which is throwing an exception, what you execute is a catch block, right? And we know how to write a catch block. The thing is it compulsory to have a try with catch? There's no compulsion. You can write try, but you can see if I don't mention catch, it gives you an error. The thing is, if you have a try and if you don't want to mention the catch, you can basically write finally here. So yeah, so try can be used with finally. If you don't want to write catch, if you don't have a such scenario where you want to handle the exception, you can write finally. But then what's the use of try when you're not catching it? Of course, right? Try is responsible to handle the exception, and when it will simply throws the exception which will catch it, and then it will solve it, or it will print something. Finally, what finally is doing? See, the thing is, even if you have a catch block here, let's work with catch block. And in this catch block, I will say exception E, and then let me create a scenario which is int I is equal to 0. I know you'll be thinking I'm using the same example. Just for simplicity, I just want to keep this thing simple. And here I want to say j is equal to 18 divided by I. I don't know why I'm using 18 every time. It's just because we have used it before. Now we know this will throw an exception, so it is our job to print something here. So I will say get lost. Oh, sorry, it will say something went wrong. Ignore that, get lost. So something went wrong, right? Okay, so if you get the exception, it will call the catch block, right? Now, sometimes what happens, you want to print something, you want to do something which should be executed irrespective if you get the exception or not. Example, let's say, if I want to print by here in the try block, the thing is, if you compile this code and if you run this code, you can see it says something went wrong. It is not printing by. You know why? It's because in the try block, the moment you get the exception here, it will call the catch block. And that's what is not printing by. It will directly jump out of the try block, right? So one of the solutions you can have is you can just write this in catch block as well. Okay, so that irrespective if you get the exception or not, it will print by. So you can see it is printing by in the catch block. But if you don't have the exception, it will print by, which is coming from the try block. Okay, so at least you're printing by. Now, of course, in the real project, you will not be printing by. In real project, you will do something. There are some set of statements which you want to do irrespective if you get the exception or not. Now, instead of doing those things here, one of the amazing things we got is finally. So what you can do is, you can write your statement inside finally. Now, finally has this amazing feature, which is irrespective if you got the exception or not, it will execute the finally block. So in case of exception as well, it will execute the finally block. Let me show you that to you. Compile and run. It says by, no problem. Even if I get the exception, compile and run, it says by. So finally block. Now this block will be executed irrespective of the exception. Okay, and the beauty is you can actually skip the catch block if you just want to use try and finally. But why you will do that? Why in this world you will write try with finally? You're not handling the exception, right? See, finally makes sense whenever you want to close the resource. That's right. Whenever you want to close the resource, that's where you will be using finally. Okay, what I'm talking about is, let's say we are not doing this. We are using a variable called num, and the value for num initially will be 0. And what I want is, I want to take the input from the user. And we know how to do that, right? So basically we have to get object of BufferedReader. Of course, we can use scanner here, but let's use BufferedReader. So BufferedReader, br equal to new BufferedReader. And we know if you want to work with BufferedReader, first you have to get object of InputStreamReader. We'll say in is equal to new InputStreamReader, which will take the object of System.in, right? And here you can basically pass this in, which you have created here, okay? And using this BufferedReader, basically we can say, okay, num is equal to br.readLine, and then we have to pass it, right? We have to say integer.parseInt, Okay, now it says it might throw the error, right? But then you will say, hey, we are handling, right? No, actually we are not handling. We don't have a catch block here, right? So basically we are not handling the exception, and that's what it says. So what we have to do is we have to either handle the exception or we can quick fix and throws. Okay, this time it is throwing two exceptions, number format exception and IO exception, because we are passing it. Okay, that's fine with us. Okay, and let's say I'm printing the num value as well. Now, after doing all those things, we know one thing, right? Whenever you open the resource, example, the buffer is a resource, right? It's always better to close the resource. Now, my question to you is, where should I close the resource? Should I close the resource in try block? If I'm handling the exception, should I do that in the catch block? Of course, we have to write two statements, right? Instead of that, the finally block is normally used to close the resource. So whenever you want to close the connection, whenever you want to close the resource, always use finally block. It is meant for closing the resources. Okay, the only thing is, can you see that we are creating the reference inside the try block? The scope is getting over itself here. So what I can do is I can declare it outside and I can use it inside. So when I declare outside, even the finally block can use it, and I can make it null initially. And now you can see there's no problem. So basically, we are closing the resource in the finally block. So point to remember here is the finally block is used to close the resource. It can be for file, for the input, for the connections, network connection, database connection, everything. Finally will be used for closing it. Makes sense, right? Okay, before I go ahead, I just want to do one more thing. Don't you think we are passing in here? So can I, instead of passing in, can I pass the entire statement? See, ultimately we need object, right? An object is created by this line here. So actually we can do this. So we don't need this line. So most of the time when you read somewhere, it will show this type of statements, and that's completely fine, it works. Okay, now one more thing. So try with finally works, you can close it here. But you know, we can actually optimize this more. In the later version of Java, they have introduced a new concept, which is try with resources, where you don't even have to mention finally block. That's good, right? But how will you do that? So what this says, in the try itself, create a round bracket, and then you create your declaration. Whatever object you are creating, create them inside the try block. I mean, inside the brackets, and you have to declare that as well, BufferedReader. So you will not mention that here now. So what I'm doing is I'm creating the object in the try itself. Now, what's the advantage of this? The advantage is once the try gets over, this resource will be closed automatically. It's because if you go to BufferedReader extends reader, and if I go to reader, you can see it says closable. And if I go to closable, it is auto closable. So whenever you have a class or the interface which is auto closable, it means that will be closed automatically with the help of try. You don't have to do the closing manually. So this is try with resources. So you have this syntax option. You can use try with finally. That depends upon how you want to implement this. I prefer to use try with finally because I know which resources I'm closing. And sometimes you have multiple objects created, so it's good to use finally. But if you think you can make a shortcut, this also works. So this here is called try with resources.